James was a young man from a humble family in a small town. With hard work and a brilliant mind, he excelled in school, securing a scholarship to pursue a degree in engineering. After graduation, he landed a high-paying job, married the love of his life, Grace, and started a family. Together, they built a beautiful home, had 2 wonderful children, and lived a happy, peaceful life. James' extended family, however, struggled. His mother, Mama Beatrice, was elderly and frail, and his brothers had no stable jobs. They looked up to James as the most educated and financially successful sibling. James, feeling responsible, began to support his mother and occasionally helped his brothers. What began as occasional assistance soon became a dependency. James' brothers demanded money frequently, claiming it was for Mama Beatrice's upkeep. But instead of using the money for her care, they pocketed it for their indulgences. Mama Beatrice often went without proper food or medicine, and James only found out when he visited her himself. Despite being hurt by their betrayal, James kept footing the bills, believing he was doing the right thing. Grace, however, began to worry about the strain on their finances and their marriage. Mama Beatrice passed away after years of neglect. The loss devastated James, but what followed was even more shocking. His brothers, who had done little to care for her, began fighting over her modest property, land, a small house, and some savings. The arguments escalated even before her burial, shaming the family in front of the community. One of the brothers, Ben, fell gravely ill shortly after her death. His reliance on James' financial support had left him unprepared for independence. Meanwhile, Peter, another brother, was overwhelmed. He had married a woman with 11 children from a previous marriage but had no job to provide for them. James faced a tough decision. Should he continue supporting his brothers, knowing they would never learn to stand on their own, or cut them off and risk being labeled as cruel? After much thought, he consulted Grace and a family elder he trusted. The elder advised James to focus on setting boundaries while still showing compassion. James decided to stop giving cash. He informed his brothers he would no longer provide direct financial support with opportunities. Instead of money, he offered to pay for vocational training or help them start small businesses, set clear boundaries. He made it clear that his wife and children were his priority. Maintain transparency. He worked with the community to ensure Mama Beatrice's property was divided fairly and could not be sold recklessly. Lessons learned. Entitlement breeds dependency. James realized that helping without accountability enabled his brother's laziness. Boundaries are crucial. Balancing compassion with self-preservation is vital, especially with entitled family members. Empowering others is better than enabling them. By offering opportunities instead of handouts, James encouraged self-reliance. Family does not mean endless sacrifice. Prioritizing your immediate family is not selfish, it ensures stability. For everyone, James' decision wasn't easy, and the transition was painful for his brothers. Some improved their lives, but others fell further into poverty. However, James and Grace found peace knowing they had done their part without compromising their happiness. They continued to live a life of gratitude, focusing on raising their children to be